Hey guys, it's Robbie here. Feeling really nostalgic, missing my dad, missing my grandma, missing my sister. And so somehow that inspired me to make some pierogies. My grandma used to make pierogies for me all the time when I was a teenager, and I'd drop in and see her, and she'd send me home with bags and bags of pierogies, frozen. And when I was a bachelor, that was pretty cool because I could just throw them in a pot and boil them, and I'd have a good dinner for myself. Didn't have one of these. My grandma, she used to do it with a glass. This will press them out and fold them really good. I've already done about a couple dozen, but it's a bit of work. So 2 cups of flour, roundabout, and an egg, and good pinch of salt. And you want hot water because it makes it kind of rubbery, the dough. About a half a cup. That's a cup. But if you put too much water in, you can always add more flour. That's it. Just mix it up. I don't know if this is interesting to anybody. Like I said, I'm just kind of feeling nostalgic, maybe a little lonely. Um, my sister passed a few months back, and she's younger than me. It's kind of a real awakening moment, I guess you could say. Kind of start thinking about things differently. Put a little bit of olive oil on my hands just to work this, because that way it doesn't stick. But if you see this and you want to hear some songs later, I'm gonna go live on Facebook, I believe. Maybe on YouTube. I think I'm gonna go live here again. But let me know if there's some songs I can play for you. I miss playing. I played. We're in Tennessee now, or I'm in Tennessee, and was working really, really hard up until Christmas. But I don't know if you know this. In Tennessee, January, February, things just kind of shut down. And so I did a cruise ship. I did a royal ship for 3 weeks. Made some good money. Made some really cool friends, and came back. And that was a few weeks ago. So things are just starting to pick up again. So I'm going to be playing a lot around Sevierville, Knoxville, Tennessee, all over the place. So and I got a new agent, James from Promotion is the company's name, and they're just awesome. They're just burning it up right now, and I'm really excited to be working with them. So you can expect to see a lot more stuff out of that. Um, I'm really trying to get used to this whole live stream thing, and I know I'm like 20 years late, but hey, I appreciate your support, and I want to do a lot more of it, um, because it's the way to go. So I'm making pierogies. I'm making two different kinds. I'm making potato and cheese with a little bit of bacon in them, a little bit of a modification from my grandma's, and I'm making sauerkraut. Sauerkraut pierogies are really hard to find. I don't know if there's any Polish folk out there. Crazy thing. While I was on the ship, my mom does a lot of genealogy, and she got in touch with me when I was in port and informed me that she just found out that both sides of my family are Jewish. So, shalom. And it's crazy because I grew up eating all this food, this Polish and German and Jewish food, and I didn't know it, but my name was shortened from it's Lit, but it was shortened from Lif or Lipschitz. Don't laugh, but a lot that happened a lot. I guess a lot of the Jewish folks changed their name to avoid persecution. They not because they were cowards, but because they wanted to protect their kids and their families and nothing nothing shameful about that. But yeah, so that's interesting. So I'm just working this dough. It's real simple, guys. It's just flour, and I use good flour because there's so much crap in flour now. I just use the organic stuff from Costco. I put 2 cups of flour, 1 egg, and and about a half a cup of hot water. Normally you'd use like warm water to make like a pizza dough or whatever, but this stuff you want it really kind of elasticy and flat and a little bit tough so you can work it. Now I'm just gonna roll this out, and again I'm gonna put some olive oil on the hands and on this. Working good for me here. I hope I'm entertaining somebody. Um, so there's a big kind of debate when it comes to pierogies whether you should put an egg in the dough or not, and I quite honestly don't know if my grandma put an egg in it. I just made a batch, and they turned out really good, but I haven't cooked them yet. I tasted the filling. They always tell you when you cook stuff, you should always taste it while you're cooking and see if it needs anything. And both the fillings tasted really good, but we're gonna see. And you thought I just played guitar, huh? uh, it's ripped. So I like it kind of thin because you don't want a big hunk of dough, but also it's kind of a little sketchy to work with it the thinner it gets. Can you guys see this? All right. So my grandma used the glass, or they used the jar a lot, and they didn't have a lot of stuff like this. They would just use their fingers and sometimes a fork or what have you, or a spoon, the handle off the spoon to pinch it together. I got this for like $6 on Amazon because I don't have any glasses with a big enough mouth or a sharp enough edge to cut this stuff. So yeah, I'm missing my Grandma Simon. That's not a Jewish name, is it? And just missing my family. I'm by myself here. and I'm not complaining. Start thinking about memories. I'm gonna finish off these sauerkraut ones. I love sauerkraut pierogies. And move this around a little bit here. Sorry. I love sauerkraut pierogies, and everybody's got the potato cheese ones. Um, the hardest thing for me to do here is to not put too much stuff in the dough because then it doesn't close up right or it ends up coming through the edge. But this thing's really cool. I'm sure my grandma would have loved it. So it's not perfect. It's not pretty. Oh, look at that. And sometimes if you get it too thin, you just got to pinch it together a little bit, like so. But yeah, this is what I do when I'm bored. I cook. I make pierogies. I try to recreate my grandma's cooking. It's impossible because she put so much love into it, but I try. I put a little bit of paprika in here too. My grandpa was Hungarian Jewish apparently, and he put paprika on everything and lots of black pepper. I just like that flavor. You can kind of do it how you want, but isn't that cool? Another one. I'm not getting the edge very good here, but it's not something I do very often. I made him with my daughter before. She loves cooking with her dad, but we didn't have this little gadget here. So my grandma and her sister Stella, they'd put on their babushkas. My mom told me I never saw this. I was too young, but they'd put on their babushkas and they'd hit the kitchen and they'd just make pierogies all day and make borscht and all kinds of awesome European comfort food. I'm turning it over because the bottom's a little bit more moist and it's more sticky, so it sticks together a little better. The bottom of it, where the dampness is, the moisture. So yeah, guys, let me know if I go live later on tonight. I'm planning on going live tonight just for music though, not for pierogies. I was just feeling kind of like I said, nostalgic and maybe a little lonely, and I thought maybe I'll go live. The dough is kind of it's shrinking up a little bit, like it's starting to bounce back to its shape. So it's not as big as it was. It's not covering the whole pierogi press here. But when you're done all this, you just take all the scraps and just roll them out again and make more. Cool, huh? Usually I got music going, but tonight I'm just enjoying. I can hear crickets outside and little frogs and stuff, and I love it. I'm in Wares Valley, Tennessee, right now in this beautiful 2008 Monaco Dynasty RV, and it's got a for sale sign on it, but I'm not so sure I'm going to sell it now. I kind of kind of thinking that I'm gonna stay in it. Because it's very comfortable. If I'm gonna live in an RV, then it's gonna be this one because it's really nice, really good size. It's 45 feet long, and it's got everything I need. One thing I always do when I do this is I always make way too much stuffing, and then I end up either throwing the stuffing out or making like a year supply of pierogies. But this dough is it's a good recipe. I so it's 2 cups of flour, half a cup of hot water, not warm, and teaspoon of salt or just a big pinch of salt, and an egg, and that's it. You got to work it a bit, and it gets really rubbery because of the hot water. Usually, I think that's what it is. Um, but it's just right. I've seen people kind of put an egg wash around the edge to make it stick, but you don't really need to if you do it right. I don't think. See how elastic it is. It's very pliable. I made way too much stuff. The reason why the sauerkraut's kind of orange is because I put a lot of paprika in it. And I was saying earlier, my granddad, his name was Nandor Shimo Simon, and he was from Hungary, and he put paprika on everything. That's a Hungarian thing. I don't know if you're aware. You know, pepper cash and all those good Hungarian foods. Goulash. Yes, goulash is not a southern dish. It's actually, I believe, a Hungarian dish, and it's nothing like the stuff they make in the South. I mean, they don't make it with macaroni. Sorry about that if that upsets anybody, but one thing that my mom and my grandma used to make was a thing called lecho, and if anybody knows what that is or has heard of it, let me know. It's like a poor man's stew, um, and it's like kind of like my mom used to make it out of the stuff in the garden. Like she'd take fresh tomatoes and fresh green peppers, red peppers, and onions, and and then like good sausage kind of cut up, or even just hot dogs if that's all you got. But it's kind of like a poor man's stew, and then you just pour it over rice, and it's just got a flavor and a smell to it that just like kind of permeates your house, and it's just really comforting. Was for me anyway. These are turning out pretty good. So you don't want to get the stuffing in the edge because then it won't seal good. You want it to seal good. I got a whole bunch in the freezer already. Just trying to use this up. I made way too much stuffing. These are not as pretty as my grandma's. What can I say? I'm a dude. Dudes do it different. We don't care what it looks like. We just want to get it, eat it. Yeah, these are rough. Thanks for hanging with me, guys. Like I said, I'm kind of new to this, and I just signed a contract with a new promoter, and I'm going to be doing a lot more lives. I hope. I plan on doing it, and I really appreciate your support. Sometimes you kind of like just stuff it down a little bit. These are like a lot like making empanadas. They're not much different. You can get the same thing for an empanada press. Sometimes they don't cooperate. The dough kind of sticks a little bit. That's a wreck, but it'll still taste good. If you're out in Tennessee, come see me, please. I'm going to be posting a lot more different places, everywhere from Knoxville to Maryville, Maryville, and I'm playing a lot in Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg a lot in the summer. Um, so I hope to see y'all and wherever you're from. If you come here, a lot of people come here for vacation, and that's all right. I'd love to see you. But yeah, I love sauerkraut. Like anything with sauerkraut in it, I'm just and apparently it's really good for you. There's a big hype about sauerkraut right now. Um, you can cut the edge off of these if you want. I don't bother. I don't like I said, I don't mind them a little ugly. Not that ugly though. All right. I think I'm playing around with this too much. Pretty sure my grandma would have had 200 of these done by now. So pierogis. My grandma, she used to say all these words like I'm pretty sure they were cuss words, but I don't know if they were Polish or Hungarian or what. She'd say "Pierani Jasny." She was like, I think that meant like thunder and lightning or something, which is pretty mild as far as cuss words goes, but um, that was what she'd say, and it was considered pretty bad, I guess. Pierani Jasny, or she'd just say Pierani. So this my back is sore from doing this. I can't imagine that one's perfect. Look at that. Look at that. It's perfect. So yeah, everybody fries them. I like to just boil them and I'm a butter and salt guy. Just put them in a bowl and throw a big hunk of butter on it and just some salt. So that's all my scraps. I'm just gonna roll it out again and make some more till it's done. Haven't even started on my cheddar and potato, but that's my goop. I don't take the skins off. My grandma made it all pretty again. I threw the skins in there, mashed it up, put like 2 pounds of cheddar cheese in there. What else? That's it. Potatoes, mashed potatoes, like russets, and the cheddar, like a good what do you call it? You know, that one. The strong one. You know the strong cheddar? Fort? I don't know what I'm telling you, man. Something else my grandma used to say. Don't get old, honey. Don't get old. Guess what, Grandma? Yeah, just roll it out. Roll it out. I am no professional, so I'm expecting to get attacked in my comments. If you have suggestions, my grandma never showed me how to do this. I just kind of learned it off the internet. In my defense, and tried to make it taste as much like hers as I could. So go easy on me, all right? I mean, they do taste really good. That's why it's they're not sticking together as good because I put the olive oil on it, I think. Okay, it's pretty good. All right. Life is interesting, isn't it? Somebody had told me I'd be my age in an RV park waiting for my next gig, making pierogies, live streaming on YouTube, making pierogies, thinking about my grandma. I would have said you're freaking crazy. That's not me. Here I am making pierogies, thinking about my grandma, waiting for my next gig. If you guys think it's something else that you'd be interested in seeing me do, like I don't know, I actually do a lot of cooking. I love cooking. It's just really relaxing for me, and I guess you could say therapeutic. That one's not too bad. Give me your pointers on making pierogies if you know how. I'm telling you though, like making stuff yourself compared to buying it in the store, there's no comparison. It's not just because you made it, but it just tastes better. They don't put the same kind of love and they don't drop it on the floor either. They don't drop it on the floor like that. 5 second rule. And they don't use things like good organic flour and stuff like that. So you really can't go wrong by making it yourself. Oh, I finally got to the bottom of this. This was brutal. I made way too much sauerkraut. Goodbye, sauerkraut. So there you go. I'm gonna put these on a plate and then throw them in the freezer, and I'll let them freeze, and then I'm gonna put them in a Ziploc bag. I can't wait to try these. To me, this is like my ultimate comfort food. Growing up, it was just like my grandma, she got me through my bachelor years because, like I said, I had like bags of these sitting in the freezer. And my favorite were the sauerkraut, but the potatoes are killer too. And you don't want to stick them too close together because they'll stick together when you freeze them. I am no professional pierogi maker. Oh, look at that one. I So you got to watch out for that. It'll just come apart in the pot. You'll just have like sauerkraut floating all over the place. There you go. I'm gonna put that in the freezer. Then I get onto my potato. All right, get rid of that. These I'm hoping are going to be a little easier because the potato cheddar is just like it's like a little ball of cheese that kind of sticks together, and maybe that's why my grandma made more of these than the sauerkraut. Look at that. That's perfect. I could make a whole bunch of dough at once, but I feel like it dries out. And it's not the same to work with after a bit. So I've just been making like two little 2 cup. Oh yeah, the potato ones are way easier. So it's like I don't know, maybe 4 cups of mashed potatoes, I think, and a cup of cheese, and there's no like I don't there's no recipe. Some people have recipes, but I know my grandma did, and she just did it the way the way she did. I'm so bad at this, man. But you put cheese and potatoes together and then wrap it in like a dough. How can you go wrong with that? I mean, wonder who came up with the pierogi. I know they have them in Russia. I got Russian friends that call them varenik. Um, and they do fruit ones too in Russia, like with blueberries and cherries, and yeah, that one's nice. Like I said, I just kind of grew up eating them boiled with salt and butter, and that was that. Um, but I know they're like some places it's like a bar food almost. They fry it and put all kinds of stuff with it, and that's good. It's just not what I kind of grew up eating, but yeah, just hanging over a cupboard countertop like this really it's really hard on your back, man. Thanks for all the pierogies, Grandma. Highly recommend one of these though. Little pierogi empanada folder thing. So this is just like white stuff because the cheese that I used was white. See, I got all the scraps from in between. Just bunch it up and roll it out again. Use it up. And then I'm gonna make some more dough till all this is gone. Sometime tomorrow morning at like 4 a.m. Here we go again. I haven't even dented this thing though. It's gonna take me a while to use this up. It's like Polish, Ukrainian, Russian ravioli, kind of. I think it's better though. I bought a bag of bacon bits from Costco. I always love their bacon bits because they're pretty real. And just tossed a couple handfuls of those in there too. Because bacon, potatoes, and cheese, nothing wrong with that, right? Kind of shrinking up a little bit there. That's okay though. See, still got some dough left over. I don't know if I should stop and read some of these comments. Oh boy. Okay. I'm gonna stop here for a second. Put my What advice would you give to someone to help them confess to their crush? Just confess. Do it. You never know how long you got on this earth. That's my advice. Sir, what is your favorite kind of fried chicken? Hmm. I don't know. Probably Popeyes. My grandma used to make really good fried chicken. What I'm doing, I'm making pierogies. Pierogies. All right. Back to work. So, if you're watching, I'm making pierogies. So, time to make more dough. So, if you join me late, I like this flour a lot. This is the organic stuff from Costco. So I'm gonna go two. This is my pierogi dough. All right, you can tell me how to make it better if you know. It's about 2 cups of flour. Out. It's 1 egg I don't know, teaspoon of salt or a pinch, and about a half a cup of hot, not warm, hot water. Just mix all that up. It's not the right consistency. Just add a little more flour or a little more water. That's it. Pretty simple. I'm making a mess here. Making a mess. Oh, yeah, I'm really making a mess. Stuff's going flying. If you're watching, tell me where you're from. Nice dough ball. I'm just gonna roll it out again. And you just you can make it as thick as you want. Most people try to get it kind of thinner, but thinner it is, harder it is to work on. Guys, if you have any questions or anything, just ask me in the comments. I'm a full-time musician. If you're seeing me for the first time, um, my name's Robbie Litt, and I play. Right now, I'm playing all over Tennessee. I'd love to see you at one of my shows, but check out my music on Spotify, just under Robbie Litt, and let me know what you like, what your favorite song is, and let me know if you'd like me to cook something. I love cooking. I don't know if I'm good at it or great at it or just okay at it, but I love doing it. Tonight, I was saying earlier, I've been really feeling nostalgic today. I miss my grandma. I miss my mom. She's in Idaho Falls. I miss my sister. She passed away less than, I think, about 6 months ago. And I miss my dad. My dad's been gone for 20 years. How many people out there have relatives, close family members that they miss that have passed away? It's tough sometimes. So all that made me want to make pierogies tonight. It's something my grandma used to make. all the time. You could always count on her. She had the best pierogies. And if you've ever had homemade pierogies from an old Polish woman, you know that you can't go to the store and buy them because it's not the same at all. We're back in business making pierogies. Anybody remember Sesame Street? I remember. Do you remember the pierogi skit? Pierogies, pierogies. Pierogi song? No, maybe. Pierogies, pierogies. Showed a factory making pierogies. It was pretty cool. Now you know. I could see though if you had like a bunch of Polish people, especially women, who get together and just make a night of this and just make pierogies for their families all together. By yourself, it's kind of hard to do that because you're just by yourself. But if you had some uh, some pierogi pals, you could knock a bunch of these out really quick. I think. But man, it's a lot of work. Probably like the same as anything else. The more you do it, the quicker you get at it, better you get at it. You just got to be careful you don't get the filling coming out the side. Not cool. Kind of wrecks the pierogi. I'm gonna get some pierogies boiling here. Yeah, just so I can show you how they turn out. This is going a lot quicker than I thought. But still got a ways to go. There's a little bacon bits in there and some potato skins. I'm a potato. I'm not a potato peeler. I love the skin. So I'm pretty sure that's like sacrilege to a Polish person, but I like the skin. Then again, old Europe, they never wasted anything. So I wonder what they did with the potato skin if they didn't use it. Maybe they gave it to the pigs or something. I don't know. As soon as this water starts boiling, I'll throw some of these in here and show you how they turned out. Anybody want to come over for some pierogies? Man, I got lots. Anybody never heard of a pierogi before? If you've never heard of a pierogi, then sorry, but you're deprived one of life's greatest joyous foods. Some people call them dumplings. That's okay. I guess they sort of are a dumpling, actually. That's what I find though. There's a lot of things like in America that they change like uh like what? Like cheese fries, okay, that's poutine. That came from Canada. Or like chicken fried steak. Chicken fried steak came from the Germans. If you know, you know. All right, I'm gonna throw some of these in the pot and let them boil. A little bit of salt. Yeah, the hardest thing is not to put too much stuff in here because then it comes pushing out the sides and then it wrecks the pierogi. It'll just open up in the pot when you're cooking it. So most people like to boil them and then fry them or just fry them. But I just like them boiled with salt and butter on them. And when you boil them, um, I just throw them in some water with some salt, and and when they float to the top, that's pretty much when you know they're done. And they're done. So check this out. Kitchen is a mess because I've been cooking. I know everybody's gonna hate that I'm just boiling these, but this is how I grew up eating them. I didn't fry them. I didn't grow up in the South. Turn this off. Look at the mess I made. This is me cooking, but I clean up after myself. All right, gotta try these out. So got butter, salt, and a fork. Okay. So I'm one of those people that I love my Italian food. I love my pasta, but I also just really love some noodles with salt and butter on them too. Sometimes these are really hot. They kind of look like my grandma's a little bit. Hers were a little bit smaller, I think. Mm-mm-mm. I'm a really impatient eater. I can't wait for stuff to cool down.
Mm, that's really good. Super, super good. Mhm. Yeah. I could do that all day. So freaking good. Guys, thanks for watching. Hey, check out my music. RobbieLitt.com. RobbieLitt.com. Go on Spotify, check out my music. Talk to you soon. Bye. Maybe.